check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round number 6 of the Northwest Short Track Tour Season 4. Welcome to Kern County Raceway Park. We're going to be taking on the half mile here for 75 laps in the ARCA Menards cars here tonight. On screen, you'll see the track temperature. We're looking at a nice warm 92, a little bit less than what we were expecting here, but the ambient temperature outside is going to be about 83 degrees. Very little moisture in the air here. Going to be a slick, dry track for these drivers. As you can tell in practice, some of these guys are having one heck of a time holding on to their cars here, and see cars parked all over the track, cars getting loose and in and out of the corners here. So it's going to be one heck of a battle for these drivers here tonight. And it looks like we got about 10 cars on tap here so far that have taken a time. Looks about as if there's 11 or so in the session, so we'll have a decent heat field here tonight. Not as big as it was last weekend with the mini stocks at Irwindale. Of course, let's not forget Dylan Matthews, our winner last weekend. 55 laps led out of the 60 and absolutely dominated from start to finish over points leader Cam Iverson, and a good charge there from Josh Childress early on in that run. Josh Childress here tonight as well, getting ready to take on Kern County. See if he can come back and get this ARCA Menards win as we finish out the California swing. But right now, Cam Iverson sitting at the top of the board there with an 18:07. You can see on your left-hand side the practice times we've been running. 18:07 there for Cam. In second, Bobby Grady's moved up the leaderboards. It was Andrew Lemke for a second. He's ran an 18:15 as well. Andrew Lemke and Bobby Grady both tied on that pylon. Dylan Matthews, last weekend's winner, 18:17 there, sitting in fourth with about 2 minutes left in practice here. Kyle Matthews in the 29, sitting in fifth. 18:24 tied there with Bryson Richardson. So we got a pretty stacked field here, considering the times are within 2/10 of each other here, and doesn't look like anybody's going to have quite the advantage that we've seen. It's going to be all about managing your tires and making sure you have enough there at the end in case something goes awry. So Seth Cooper also back up in the mix, a very stout driver here. We'll see if he can get it done. He just moved out the leaderboards back up into fifth. So you can see those times there on the left real close. This field is very competitive here tonight, folks. We wind down practice here. We'll just go through the field and see the paint schemes here tonight. Rainier Beer paint scheme there on the 08 of Bryson Richardson, looking very well. Very loose off that corner there. See that Lucky Charms machine with Seth Cooper going around as well. Ryan Macleod also out there on the track. He should be, there he is right there in the 37 running at Reese's paint scheme. Very loose off, and you can see a bunch of donuts being done out there on track. Seth Cooper burning it down, I guess, here in practice, getting smoked down the backstretch there. Devin Matthews here tonight as well, and a throwback scheme to his old Tuner race car in the 7 machine here tonight. Josh Childress in the 77 got a very sleek looking Chevrolet SS there with the black and white with the red accents here tonight. Nate Garske also out on track, brand new entry here tonight in that 44 machine of the Raiders colors, the GCI construction machine. Garske looking to come home with a good finish here tonight. Just joined up in the field here, so looks like 11 cars have taken their time. We have Reginald Gill down there on pit lane there. Has not taken a lap, but he's out there in pit lane with that Mountain Dew machine. Bobby Grady out there as well with the number 1. Take a look here. It looks like he's got a Skull machine there. Flames coming out the side. Cam Iverson in the Valvoline Toyota Camry. Very slick looking car there. Andrew Lemke in the 55 Helly Hansen mobile. Not an often you see that one, but that's your paint schemes there tonight here, folks. As we finish out practice, got about 15 seconds here. Cam Iverson once again. Ooh, big hit for Cam Iverson coming out of turn number 2 in practice. He's going to go ahead and park it, but as practice comes to an end, it looks like that's your practice standings here, folks. And we'll go right into qualifying here. All right, we're switched over to qualifying here. We'll get our first drivers out on track. Cam Iverson, first car to get out of pit lane. Nate Garske going out there with him. Cam Iverson's the first car to go out. We'll see what Cam Iverson can get done here, folks. 18:07 is what he ran in practice. I don't expect him to be that fast here in qualifying, but we'll see what happens. This is your fast time in practice. Cam Iverson coming around to take lap number 1. Big run off of the first corner here. Gets into turn number 2, runs the middle line, brings it back down onto the white line. Coming out of turn number 2, down the back stretch goes the number 10 machine. Makes it into turn number 4, running the middle groove, coming to the stripe. We'll see our first time here, folks. That's going to be an 18.11, very close to Cam Iverson's practice time. Coming out of turn number 2, oh, he hits the wall. That's not going to count. Nate Garske runs at 18.52 on his first lap. Can he make it quicker here on lap number 2? Looking for a lot more speed here. Devin Matthews runs an 18.50 on his first lap. Beats Garske on that first one, but Garske finishes out. He's going to run an 18.44. That's going to bump Devin Matthews down. Matthews needs to get something done here. Coming out of turn number 4, his final lap. He's going to run a 18.44, ties with Garske, not enough to beat him though. Lemke's going to go to P2, doesn't quite get it done there, but Matthews goes to P2. Dylan Matthews in P number 2 here, folks, coming around for lap 2 out of turn number 4, coming to see the stripe. We'll see if he can get it done. He needs about an 8/100th of a second here. Can he get it? Does not get it here. Runs a little bit quicker, but not enough. Cam Iverson still sitting on top of the board here. Ryan Macleod will go to him. He ran at 18.35. He doesn't think he can get any more out of the car here. Bryson Richardson runs his first lap in 18.73. Lap number 2, going to make it count here. Down the backstretch goes the 08 Rainier machine. Getting into turn number 4. Coming off of turn number 4, we're going to see the stripe. Can he get it done? Bryson Richardson's quick, but does he have enough? Not enough. That's going to put him behind a lot of these drivers here. So Bryson Richardson going to have to work his way through the field. Not what he needed for points tonight. Cam Iverson's going to gain a lot of points on him, especially with 11-point gap between first and second. That's 10 more points added on. Bobby Grady runs a 18.22, bumps Seth Cooper out there. Seth Cooper does not run another lap. Josh Childress running P number 6 here, coming around for lap number 2. Childress gets into turn number 4. We'll see what he can do here. Coming out of turn number 4, coming to the stripe. Josh Childress runs a 18.28, same time he ran to begin with. Kyle Matthews coming around for his second lap. He must have gotten to the wall, and the first one did not count. We'll see if he can get a lap counted here. And it does not look like... Oh, actually, this is his first lap. Excuse me, folks. This is his first lap out, folks. Kyle Matthews coming around out of turn number 4, taking lap number 1. We'll see what he can do here. This is one of your last cars to qualify. Kyle Matthews runs a P8 with an 18.40. He's looking for a few more tenths here, folks. Gets loose coming out of turn number 2, down the backstretch into turn number 4. Can the 29 get it done? He's loose. He's loose. He's going around. He saves it. Oh, no, he doesn't. In the wall. The 29 hits the wall in qualifying here in turn number 4, and he's going to have to go to a backup for the race. Not what the 29 wanted. After such a strong start this season, he has been falling in a mid-season slump here and not going to make the top 5 to get those crucial qualifying points. We still have 2 cars that have not qualified. Taylor Alto, you'll see on screen, has not come out to qualify, and neither has Reggie Gill. Neither of those guys have come out to qualify tonight. We still have a minute left here. We'll see if they decide to come out. But currently, right now, as it stands, Cam Iverson sitting at the top of the board there with an 18.11. Sitting in P number 2, we got Dylan Matthews with an 18.18. Good points night here already starting for this number 17 machine with an 18.18. He's going to bring home 8 points if everything stands as is. In the number 55, sitting in 3rd place is Andrew Lemke with an 18.21. That's going to bring 6 points home for that 55 machine. Good points night already here for him. Bobby Grady sitting in 4th there with an 18.22. Just barely beat out by Lemke, but he's going to bring it home 4th here in qualifying with a 4-point bump to the end of the night here. And running out the points-paying qualifying positions, we got Seth Cooper here with an 18.26. That's going to bring him home 2 extra bonus points. So from Josh Childress on back in 6th down to 11th here, and whoever else decides to join up for the heat race, we're going to have 1 extra bonus point going to the winner of this race here. So let's get down to the grid here, folks. This is our heat race grid. So, of course, Reginald Gill did not take a time. He's going to start on the pole. Taylor Alto did not take a time as well. They're going to start on the front row here if they decide to join up. Bryson Richardson's going to start 3rd inside 2nd row. Outside 2nd row is going to be Devin Matthews. Nate Garske is going to start inside 3rd row here. Outside of him, we got Kyle Matthews there in the 6th position. And then just behind them is Ryan Macleod rounding out row number 4 on the inside. And then capping off the field here would be Josh Childress in the number 77 machine. So it doesn't look like the front row has gridded up here. We got about a minute left to get these guys going, but we're going to see some action-packed heat racing here, folks. So we'll get down onto the grid here and see what the track temp is looking like. Looks like we have actually dropped temp here. We've lost about 4 degrees, 81 degrees out on track with 9% humidity. So very dry still. Wind's blowing just a little bit, but Bryson Richardson here is going to take us onto the pole. Devin Matthews is going to be to his outside. So that's your starting lineup there, folks. So we get a good look at the field here. I expect Bryson Richardson here to pretty much get away with the heat race here. He's had a really fast car despite the qualifying effort. I think he's got a good shot here at getting to the front and winning this heat race and bringing home an extra bonus point. All things considered, not the qualifying run he wanted, but he's got to salvage whatever little bit he can if he wants to stay in this championship battle with the number 10 machine of Cam Iverson. So we're going to start rolling here. Oh, big bump there from the 77 on the 29. I don't know if you see it on the outside. He just backed up there, but we haven't even started rolling, and already you've got some bumping and banging. So I wonder what's going on there. I don't know. Anyways, 29 is warming up the tires there. Pressures are low. Tensions are high. We're going to see what they can do here. Devin Matthews starting on the outside. Bryson Richardson starting on the inside. Daryl Houston, we see you in chat. We see you in chat, Daryl. How's it going tonight? Hope you all are enjoying some racing action. We're just getting started here at the Northwest Short Track Tour. We're taking round number 6 here at Kern County. We're going to get it ripping and roaring here, folks. Bryson Richardson in that Rainier machine. Going to take us to the green flag here, but we're waiting to come down the backstretch here and get it all figured out. It's going to be 8 laps, 6 cars, and we're going to bring home 1 extra bonus point to the winner of this heat race tonight. We'll move straight into the main event, and we'll get started with 75 laps of green flag action here, folks. Bryson Richardson going to lead us to the point here. He brings a field out of turn number 4. We'll see the green here shortly. Matthews with a big jump already, but we're green. We're green. Matthews had a big noselead on the 08, and for whatever reason, stacked the field up. Big bump from the 29 into turn number 2 on the 44. Nate Garske moves into second. 3 wide for second. Matthews goes from second to 4th in 1 lap. Bryson Richardson. Oh, we got one around. The 29 machine of Kyle Matthews goes around. He's got it pointed the wrong way on a one-way. And we're still green. We're still green, folks. Bryson Richardson with the lead still. Devin Matthews falls back into second somehow. And Josh Childers has to go to work on the 44 and gets around him for 3rd. We're single files. Not now. Here comes Josh Childers. Oh, big wreck. Childers and Devin Matthews get together. And that's going to be calamity for the 7. He was looking so strong there, but Josh Childers moves up into second. But don't look now. The gap is big up to the lead here. Bryson Richardson has about 8/10 of a second, and there's only 5 laps to go. Nate Garske in 3rd and Ryan Macleod in 4th. Not the night that the 7 machine and the 29 machine were expecting for each other, but hopefully they can figure it out going into the main. Right now, Bryson Richardson has about a 5/10 of a second lead here on Josh Childers, but Josh Childers has cut off 2/10 of a second. We got a wreck back here for 4th and 5th. Garske goes around. We have had calamity after calamity here in this heat race, but don't look now. Josh Childers is catching your leader. Bryson Richardson coming up. Oh, big wreck. Josh Childers loses it out of turn number 4, and that car is now a modified. That thing does not even turn. And Bryson Richardson, all you have to do is bring it home in one piece, and you got it here tonight. You got the heat race win. Just bring it home. Don't lose it. Don't do anything to jeopardize that. After straight calamity after calamity here tonight, Bryson Richardson from the pole is going to have to take it 2 more laps to bring home that extra bonus point here. We'll see the white flag as the 08 brings that out of turn number 4. There's a car parked in the middle of the... Oh my goodness. Kyle Matthews almost ruined the 08's great run here. We got a final lap coming out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. The 08's looking strong. The battle between Devin Matthews and Nate Garske is for second. They're a half a track back, but that does not... Garske runs through the apron to try to get it done. Bryson Richardson's going to bring it home in first after a very odd, a very unusual heat race here. Everyone's been having trouble except that 08 machine tonight here. So a little bit of a precursor here for the main event. Very curious as to how that's going to go here, folks. If it's anything like this, it's going to be one heck of a battle out there for these drivers. Luckily, they have 1 fast repair, no extra set of tires for any of these drivers here tonight. And we're going to get straight into your starting lineup, folks. Remember, Seth Cooper brought it home in 5th, but after a 5-car invert, he's going to put the number 3 machine on the pole there in the Lucky Charms mobile. Bobby Grady is going to start outside of him in the number 1 machine there. We got Andrew Lemke starting inside 2nd row in the 55 Helly Hansen machine. We got the 17 machine of Dylan Matthews. Devin Matthews, his father. Dylan Matthews in the 17 machine here tonight. He's going to start outside 2nd row. Inside 3rd row, your pole position winner here tonight, Cam Iverson, brought home 1st in qualifying, going to start 5th after the invert. Your heat race winner, Bryson Richardson, going to start outside of him. These two are battling for the championship here tonight. Cam Iverson gained another 9 points on that 08 here. We're going to see what they can do in the main event. Starting in the 4th row, inside is going to be Devin Matthews there, corrected now. Outside of him is going to be Ryan Macleod in the 37 Reese's machine. All right, let's go into the 5th row here. Nate Garske is going to start inside. And then we have Josh Childress here on the outside of Nate Garske. Rounding out the field here will be Kyle Matthews. Kyle Matthews is one of those drivers that unfortunately got the better of himself there and ended up around and in the wall in the heat race. But we'll see what they can do here, folks. It's going to be 75 laps of short track action. Nobody can take tires. It's going to be all about saving tires here tonight and making sure your car's in one piece. Cam Iverson pulls down pit lane. No, he doesn't. He's psyching everybody out. He just pulled down for some reason. Looked like he was coming down pit lane there. But he is not. Seth Cooper in that 3 Lucky Charms mobile is going to take us to the green. We got one more to go. We'll see the pace car pull off this time by when they hit the front stretch here, folks. Bobby Grady looking strong to his outside. This is all going to be all about saving tires. Making sure you stay out of harm's way and bringing it home in one piece here tonight. That's how you're going to be successful here at Kern County. Robert, I see you in the chat there. It's going to be entertaining, that's for sure. If we've seen anything like the heat race, we'll see here tonight. Seth Cooper will lead us around for lap number 1. We'll see the green flag, and the green flag is out. Slow start here. Bobby Grady with a big jump on the outside going into turn number 2. Almost a full car length there. Seth Cooper catches back up on the inside. We're almost 3 wide going into turn number 1 there. Cam Iverson has to back out of it, and so does Devin Matthews. Going into turn number 4, we got 3 wide all the way around the field. Seth Cooper looking for a way around. Bobby Grady can't get it done. Still side by side for the lead. Dylan Matthews in 3rd, looking on the inside of Grady. Matthews going to make it work on the inside of Grady there. Has him clear going into turn number 4. Bobby Grady is back into 3rd. Move Dylan Matthews up into 2nd. Cam Iverson, don't look now, he's up into 3rd as well. Bobby Grady goes from 2nd to 4th, and he must be saving those tires here early on. Big wreck. Matthews, Macleod go around, and that's going to bring the caution. That's going to bring out the caution here, folks. Let's go ahead and get a replay shown right here. A unfortunate wreck here for both drivers. We'll see what happened. Get a good replay look here. Matthews and Macleod get into each other here, and Macleod's going to go around. And you see Kyle Matthews just kind of drives it in there deep, and unfortunately for the 37 machine, he's going to go around here. So you see just gets into the back bumper of the 37 and then sends that 37 around. So Kyle Matthews and the 37 I expect to go to the back here, causing involved. That's going to be one of those taps there for that 29 and 37. So 2 more left for them, but not the start these 2 needed, especially with how hard these cars are to drive. So I expect those 2 to head to the back. We'll see how it is called, but for now, we'll line him back up, double file. Seth Cooper still your leader. Move Dylan Matthews up 2 spots into the 2nd position, as well as Cameron Iverson up 2 spots into the 3rd position here now. So your 1-2 from last weekend is now 2nd and 3rd here currently after 5 laps. And Bobby Grady dropped 2 spots as well. Andrew Lemke lost 2 spots as well. So your top 5 is them right now. Going back to the rest of the field here, we still got Bryson Richardson in 6th. Josh Childress is up 3 spots into the 7th position here. Garske has moved himself up 1 spot off the calamity here. And Devin Matthews going to move up 2 spots off the wreck between the 29 and 37. So we'll go get back to green here. We'll double them up next time by and see the green flag the time by after that. But an unfortunate start there for the 29-37 machine. Currently, Seth Cooper holding strong on that point lead. We've seen a real slow restart here. That's the 2nd time we've seen that. I mean, we've seen that in the heat race, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. You remember Devin Matthews had a big jump on the outside, but had to back out of it. He almost looked like he was a little too early on that restart. So these restarts being a little bit slower here has been a little bit of trouble here for these drivers, but we'll stack them up here side by side, and we'll see the green flag here shortly. Great field of cars here tonight. 11 cars, 1 less than we had last weekend, but still nonetheless, we'll go green here, folks. And Seth Cooper going to lead us around for the first restart of the night. The 3 machine has the green flag in hand. Green flag is out. Big jump for the 3. A whole car length on the 17 machine. Open the door up for the number 10 of Cam Iverson. Dylan Matthews drives it in deep to try to hold the position. Side by side down the backstretch for 3rd. And they're still side by side. Don't look now. The 5th position between Josh Childress and Bobby Grady has been decided. Josh Childress up into the 5th position. Bobby Grady is falling back 4 spots. Oh no! Devin Matthews and Nate Garske get together. A big wreck. One is around in turn number 2, and Devin Matthews and Nate Garske get together in turn number 2. Let's go back and see what happened there, folks. All right, we got it pulled up here. Remember, Devin Matthews and Nate Garske got into each other here. We'll see what exactly happened. You can see Devin Matthews on the inside doesn't quite expect the 44 to slow up that much, and there's not enough room for those 2 cars at one time. So 44 is going to go around. Luckily, it doesn't involve the 29 or 37, and so we just got to loop around here, and that's going to bring out our second caution of the night. So I expect the 7 and 44, much like the 37 and 29, to go to the back here. We'll drop back into the live position here, folks. Seth Cooper still holding strong in the 1st position. Move Cam Iverson up 3 spots into the 2nd position. Seth Cooper, nobody to play with. He absolutely is a very fast race car driver here tonight. But Cam Iverson has something to say about it here. Dylan Matthews lost a spot to Cam, but still up 1 spot here. Andrew Lemke sitting in 4th in the 55 machine. Josh Childress is up 5 spots to the 5th position in the number 77 machine. So Bobby Grady is sunk like a rock here tonight. Starting P number 2 is now back to P6. Not what he wanted to see here tonight. Go back in the field here. You can see the 7 and 44 have now dropped to the back there. Cause and involved are now in the back here, folks. So move Kyle Matthews up 3 spots into the 8th position. Ryan Macleod in the 9th position there. He's lost a spot from his starting spot, but right now it's been the Seth Cooper show currently. You see Robert in the chat here. We got number 77, Big Poppy. Yep, that's Josh Childress for you. Josh Childress is on the move here tonight, up 5 spots already. Looking very strong for the number 77 machine. But so far, it's been pretty entertaining. I mean, nobody's been wrecking themselves here very much. It's just been a few taps here and there. I think these drivers have got their nerves and wits about them here. Oh, big jump here for the 3. All of a sudden, we're back on the pace car. I think he's playing some games here with the field, trying to get some restart games here worked out. But we're going to go green here, folks. No time to waste. Seth Cooper is going to lead us around for restart number 2. And remember, these starts have been slow. We'll see if he gets a good jump. Green flag is out. The 3 machine takes it. Cam Iverson reads it side by side going into turn number 2. Big jump for 1 and 2. Seth Cooper clears him coming out of turn number 2. A big run down the backstretch for the 10. I don't think he can get there going into turn 4. He can't. Seth Cooper holds strong coming out of turn number 4. Seth Cooper is going to lead. Cam Iverson in 2nd. Dylan Matthews back in the 3rd. Move Josh Childress up to the 4th position. Here he comes. Big Poppy in the 70s. Oh no, the announcer's curse. 77 is around on the backstretch here. We're still green. He gets it rolling, and we're moving still. That is not what the 77 needed after we were talking so strong about him. Up 6 spots up to that point. He goes around off of turn number 2, and he's got to get it rolling before he goes a lap down. 1, 2, 3. Call it Seth Cooper, Cam Iverson, and Dylan Matthews. A little bit behind them, we got a battle for 4th between Grady and Lemke, and Bryson Richardson sitting in 6th position looking for a way around. He knows how to win in these ARCA cars. He's buying time, saving those tires. Don't look now. Kyle Matthews up to 7th, plus 4 on the starting positions here. He's looking on the 08 of Bryson Richardson. Nate Garske and Devin Matthews go to work on each other. Matthews gets around Garske. As we go back up to the front here, Seth Cooper's opened up a gap on that number 10 machine. Dylan Matthews has closed the gap onto the number 10 machine, and we got to caution out. We got to caution out. Josh Childress is around again. Josh Childress goes around again. Not what Josh Childress needed. We'll get a live replay look here. Unfortunate for him. We'll go ahead and get a look here, folks. Josh Childress goes around. We'll see, he's live here and just gets in way too hot to the corner, and you can see he just goes around. No, that car did not settle one bit. I mean, oh, there he goes. He's a little upset with his driving currently. He knows he's better than that, but not what the 77 wanted to see. He got a little right rear damage there as well. We'll see the field go back live here. Let's see, we got 20 laps down of 77, and it's been a tough time here for the Northwest Short Track Tour field. So we've had 3 cautions in 20 laps. So an eventful night so far. We only had 3 cautions in 60 laps last week, so we've already matched the total we had last week. Josh Childress going to go a lap down. Unfortunately, not going to get his lap back because he caused a caution here. Unless things are otherwise, that's how it's going to stand. He's going to have to go to the back of the pack when we double him up. But after such a strong performance, we'll see if Josh Childress can come back and make his way back up. But he needs a couple breaks here. But you've seen so far that 77 has a speed. Hopefully did not burn those tires off of that machine. Seth Cooper still holding strong here. Inside the pace car here, you can see he's going in and out of it. But the 3 machine still holding strong, has led up to this point, started on the pole, has not relinquished it. Much like the 17 did last week, the 3's doing exactly that. It must be the same playbook these two have got, but it's working perfect currently for the 3 machine, especially on Cam Iverson. So P2 still Cam Iverson, and P3 is going to be Dylan Matthews still. Lemke, move him up to 4th. Bobby Grady, move him up to 5th after the calamity there. And Bryson Richardson, move him up to 6th. So most likely we're going green here, folks. We'll see the pace car pull off. You'll see it pull down there. Lucky Charms machine is going to take us to the green. Cam Iverson to his outside. We'll see the green flag drop here shortly. Green flag is out. A great restart for the 3. Almost a full car length on the 10 going into turn number 4. Side by side, we have battle throughout the field. Seth Cooper clears, and Dylan Matthews looks to the inside of the 10 going into turn number 4. Side by side between Bobby Grady and Andrew Lemke coming out of turn number 4. Side by side behind them, and nobody's cleared anybody from 4th on back. Kyle Matthews dives it in strong on Bryson Richardson. He hasn't cleared off of 4, and the battle is still going on between Grady and Lemke for 4th. Matthews looking on the inside of Lemke. Oh, they're tied off the corner. He can't make it clear. That opens the door up. Dylan Matthews, a big slide up the track, and Bobby Grady's going to take advantage. Inside looks to 29. Oh, big wreck. Lemke and Matthews go around, and we got cars wrecking everywhere still. My goodness. Let's go back and take a replay here, folks. You'd seen there that the 29 had drove it in on the inside of the 55, and they get together coming out of turn number 2. We got it in slow-mo here. 29 gets to the inside, gets there, and Lemke's still coming down. Yep, and there's a little bit of air there, so a little bit of network connections causing that, but still there was air there between the 55 and 29. Big wreck. They get together out of turn number 2. The 29's all messed up. 55's all messed up, and we got cars still wrecking behind them. Josh Childress catches it. A big hit for the 77, a big hit for the 37, and the 44 here as well is going to get tagged, and that's going to be heavy damage for those drivers there. So quite a few cars involved in that one. We got Macleod down pit lane there. Macleod's coming down to get his fast repair. You could see he was down pit lane. He's back out on track now. So a big hit for these drivers here already, and It doesn't look like anyone else has come down pit lane. Matthews with heavy damage on the rear end there. You can see it all crinkled up after he got into that 55 machine. A lot of cars with heavy damage here. It's going to affect the speed of these race cars. And Macleod, I think, has taken a fast repair. See Mallory in the chat. Much love out to her. Doing an impeccable job tonight. She is impressed. That is for sure. Per usual, impressing the crowd out here tonight. These drivers on their 4th caution. Not doing too much of an impressive job, though. After 29 laps, we've had 4 cautions already, so doubling the rate we've had last week. And it's been a struggle here tonight as we finish out the Southern California swing in our Northwest Short Track Tour. So we got a little mix up here in the gridding persona, but Seth Cooper is going to lead us to the green here. Cam Iverson's going to start outside of him in the number 10 machine. Bobby Grady has moved up into the 3rd position on the inside here, and Dylan Matthews back into the 4th after getting loose out of turn number 4. So we'll see the green. Seth Cooper will lead us around. It'll be another real slow start, and they're still side by side. Matt, where did Macleod come from? He just gained 15 spots, if not more, coming out of turn number 2. Macleod all of a sudden has moved into the 3rd position now, into the 4th. From the back to dang near the front, the 37 has cleared them all. Seth Cooper leads that lap. Cam Iverson moves him up into the 2nd position. Dylan Matthews takes over 3rd from Bobby Grady. And 5th place goes to Ryan Macleod after a bold move on the restart. Bryson Richardson looking to the inside of the 37. Gonna make it work. Can't quite get it done. We have a new leader, Cam Iverson, on lap 33. He's gonna get it done around Seth Cooper. Seth Cooper gonna have to go to work on the 10 machine. A little tight off at turn number 2. Into turn number 4, Dylan Matthews in 3rd, looking to work around that 3. Lucky Charms machine. Big slide out of the 3 coming out of 4. 17 looks inside into turn number 2. Can't get it done. Pitches him tight. Still side by side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The 3 out of whack. The 17 and 3 collide. They save it. The 3's okay. And the 17 takes 2nd from the 3. Bobby Grady looking all around, trying to make it work. Oh my goodness. The 3 car almost puts it in the wall. He keeps it straight. We're still green. Seth Cooper from worst to awful after leading the first portion of this race is now relinquished back to the 7th position here. We got a caution. Looks like the 29 machine is around on the backstretch here tonight. Not what the 29 is looking for. He's had a rough night, a rough going of it. He's going to go a lap down here. We'll go back and get a quick replay. Unfortunate for the 29 machine. Just not having a good luck. Not having a good run he's had. So he just gets real loose off of turn number 2. Can't save it. Yep. Goes around. Parks it on the inside wall there. Unfortunate for the 29 machine. Not the night he's been looking for. A real mid-season slump here for the 29. After winning the first race of the season, it has been downhill from this point forward. We do get corner numbers mixed up sometimes. That's okay. They got it marked on the wall there for me, Robert. Don't worry. But right now, Kyle Matthews is going to head to the back of the pack here. Josh Childress going to get the free pass. You can see him going around everybody here. Cam Iverson is going to lead. Bobby Grady, move him up to 2nd. A real strong showing for that one machine here. If he can lead a lap, he's going to take home another bonus point. So, exactly what the one machine wants to see tonight. Appreciate you, Robert. Everybody waiting at home, let's see your mid-race picks here. Who do you got winning here tonight? Drop it in the chat. We'll see it here. We'll announce them out live. Right now, Cam Iverson is leading. He just got the point here. Bobby Grady's in the second after some calamity here. And Dylan Matthews put him in third. He's up one spot from his starting position here. So the biggest mover of the race so far is Cam Iverson up to first. Ryan Macleod, after a bold move here on the restart, is up to fourth. Remember, you've seen him jump way outside of everybody there, and that worked perfect for him, going from last to fourth now. But we'll double these guys up. We'll get them going green here, folks. Cam Iverson going to lead us to the green for the first time tonight. The car that crosses first, that's usually a great pick. Ryan did go on green. We've seen that there, folks. He caught everyone asleep, and that worked out perfect for the 37 machine. We'll see if he can hold it here. Still not even 30 laps left to go. We're going to see lap 40 as Cam Iverson brings us around. The green flag is out. A big jump for the 10 machine going into turn number 1. Cam Iverson coming out of turn number 2. Got 3 car lengths lead on second. Give Dylan Matthews second over Bobby Grady going into turn 3. Coming out of turn number 4, we got Cam Iverson leading that lap there. Dylan Matthews in second, Bobby Grady to third. Bryson Richardson, move him up to the 4th position, and Macleod has dropped like a rock off the restart there. He is now down to 10th after starting 4th there on the restart. Not what the 37 machine wanted to see. As we go back to Bryson Richardson here in 4th. Seth Cooper has worked his way back up to the 5th position after a big mistake there early on. We got a caution out. Kyle Matthews has gone around again, folks. We'll go ahead and get a look here. Kyle Matthews has gone around again. This is a live replay we're looking at. Gets into turn number 2. Wiggly out of 2. Again, same spot, same place, and just loops it. Almost identical. But it's been a tough go for the 29 machine. Not going to get the free pass off of that. That's our 6th caution of the night. And we've been pacing more than we've been racing here, folks. Ryan's steering wheel fell off. That's great. It's time for a ratchet strap, in my opinion. I have never in the history of the Northwest Short Track Tour heard of anybody's steering wheel falling off. So that's impressive here. That's why he dropped from 4th to 10th. Must be. We'll see if Ryan can make that work again. That was a slick move there. We'll see if he can make it work one more time, or if these guys have become pretty keen to that move. So far, it's been Cam Iverson from lap 30 on forward who took the lead from Seth Cooper. We got some Ryan Macleod favorites in here. We got bandwagon favorites in here for Robert. He picks the car that crosses first. That's about all we've got in here. We got a couple more comments, but so far it's been a pretty boring race, all things considered. No, not a lot of green flag action. A lot of single car wrecks. A lot of things going on. We did have one big one down the backstretch there between couple guys, but between Lemke, I thought, and the 29 machine. But currently, Lemke's sitting in the 7th position, so lost about 4 spots from the start. And we'll go ahead and double them up again here, folks. Cam Iverson gonna start on the pole. Dylan Matthews to his outside. Bobby Grady is going to start inside second row, and Bryson Richardson is going to start outside second row. Seth Cooper starting in the 5th position, and Nate Garske quietly has worked his way up into the 6th position here. So Cam Iverson going to get us moving here. We'll see if the 17 machine has anything for him on this restart. Big jump for the 10. Nothing going for the 17 machine. And Bobby Grady's going to look on the inside going into turn number 1. Bobby Grady looks inside of the 17 machine. Can't quite make it work. The 17's clear off of 2. Down the backstretch we go. into turn number 3. Here comes Seth Cooper for the 4th position. He's going to try to get around the 08 machine. He's going to take that lap, but doesn't quite clear the 08 into turn number 3. Can't make it work. Coming out of turn number 2. Still side by side down the backstretch for 4th. The 3 car trying to make it work. Can't quite get it done. He does now out of turn number 4. The 4th position goes to Seth Cooper. Seth Cooper working his way back up, trying to go to work on the 1 machine now. Bryson Richardson falls into 5th. Andrew Lemke moves up into 6th. And Josh Childress and Nate Garske go to work on each other here for 7th. Garske goes around by himself. We got a caution out of turn number 4. Garske goes around. You saw that live. He just went around here, folks. We'll get a replay going here. That was just Garske going around all by his lonesome. We'll go ahead and go live here. Excuse me. There we go. Got a better look here. See, Garske just gets in there way too hot. Car's already sideways and nowhere for him to go. Loses all grip and, yep, he goes around. Oh, that's so thoughtful of you, Robert. We appreciate you being here, giving us the views, and hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of the calamity we got going on here tonight. But we'll go live here. We're still pacing around this field. Iverson on the bottom. Nate Garske is going to start in the back here. Kyle Matthews is going to go ahead and get the wave around here, so he'll get back on the lead lap. We only got 25 laps left to go. And on these restarts, it's been just Cam Iverson after Cam Iverson after Cam Iverson restart. He has not had any competition here. Almost 2 car lanes going into turn number 1 on every restart. So Kyle Matthews is going to round out the field here. Nate Garske to the back. Macleod in 9th position. Still your leader, Cam Iverson here, showing us how to get it down around Kern County Speedway. Oh, that is right. We're watching the F1 race in Vegas. Should be starting here shortly here, folks, but 23 laps left. You'll get to see your Formula One left and right turns. We don't do that here. We don't do all that sophisticated stuff. We only turn left on the Northwest Short Track Tour. I would say we're a little bit better than Formula One, if you ask me. Anyways, we'll get the 10 machine rolling here. Taking the green. The pace car is going to pull off. 17 machine to his outside. That's your front row. Seth Cooper is in the 2nd row now in 4th position. And we're green. A big jump again for the number 10 machine going into turn number 1. Clear by 2 car lengths over the 17 machine in 2nd. Asleep at the wheel is Dylan Matthews every time. And Bobby Grady takes 3rd. Definitively going down the backstretch here, folks. Bobby Grady grabs 3rd side by side for 4th. Seth Cooper has lost everything on these restarts now, as Bryson Richardson goes to work on the inside of the 3 machine. The 3 machine rolling around the outside, pretty strong. Oh, he's in the wall. We see sparks fly down the backstretch. He's clear of the 08 machine. Bryson Richardson trying to go to work on the 3 machine. Can't quite get it done. Josh Childress in the wall down the front stretch here. A big battle going on between Cooper, Richardson, and Childress. Cooper's got to go back to work on Bobby Grady here in the 3rd position. Iverson is not yet pulled away from the 17 machine just yet. After a slow restart there for the 17, he has not quite let the 10 machine get out of his grasp. And he's trying to go to work and get that number 17 machine. As you see, each lap that goes by here, Matthews is losing about a 10th slower that time by than the 10 machine was. So your battle for the lead is widening here, folks. Dylan Matthews trying to make anything work here. Bobby Grady is falling back here on the one machine. And there's a big gap between Grady and Cooper. Third and fourth. We still got a big battle going on back here in the back of the pack. As the battle for fifth shapes up, Josh Childress tries to get around the 08 machine. Can't quite get it done. Oh, big slide out of the 29. Saves it. Gets a big shove from the 55. We're still green. Devin Matthews tries to make it work. Oh, we got a caution out. Dylan Matthews is around. Dylan Matthews, big wreck down the backstretch here, folks. Dylan Matthews has gone around. With 15 laps to go, we'll get a quick replay. Big wreck. You can see he gets loose again. It's been a real struggle for these drivers out of turn number 2. And try to get a better view here. Yep, just loses it out of 2. Bobby Grady's misses it. Yeah, he barely misses that 17 machine. You could not even fit a hair through there. But Matthews parked on the backstretch here, and there's nowhere for the 08 machine. He barely escapes out of there. Kyle Matthews absolutely clobbered. Oh my goodness. Clobbers the 17. Devin Matthews gets caught up in it. The 55 gets caught up in it. A lot of these drivers are going to need to repair their cars here. Wow. You see Lemke here. Absolutely smushed. That left front tire is not even moving. He can't even get that car turned, folks. Having to use the wall to turn the machine. So we have Dylan Matthews down pit lane. You'll see him here. We go live. Big wreck here, folks. And that's going to shape up for a 10-lap shootout. Here Lemke comes out with a brand new car here. Devin Matthews, Kyle Matthews out of the race right now currently. Not on track, not in the pits. That was one heck of a wreck there, Robert, I will say. Dylan Matthews has a brand new car here, it looks like. Matthews to the back of the pack here. Not what Dylan Matthews wanted to see after such a strong performance last weekend, coming home with the win, leading the most laps, and unfortunately, with only 12 laps to go, going to lose great field position and put him to the back of the pack. So move Bobby Grady up to the second. We're going to go side by side here. Josh Childress, don't look now. The 77 machine's up in the fourth after going around there early on, losing a lap. He's now had all the brakes he's needed and is in a prime spot to get this race win now. So Cam Iverson going to lead us around for what hopes to be the final restart. We're going to see 11 laps to go when they cross the green.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. A big jump for the 10 machine going into turn number 1. Bobby Grady going to have to go to work on that number 10 machine. A little too much sauce in the turn number 2. Seth Cooper and Josh Childress fight each other going out in the backstretch. Side by side for third position. Add Ryan Macleod into the mix now. And Josh Childress threads the needle looking on the inside of the one machine going into turn number 1. The door is open. Josh Childress sideways, saves it, but loses 3 wide down the backstretch, and he is a loose. Couldn't quite make the car stick on the inside of Bobby Grady. He's still all over the place. Bobby Grady holds on to second. Seth Cooper in the third. Josh Childress still in the fourth, but that car's still not working the way the 77 wants it to. Ryan Macleod looking for a way around the 77 machine. Bryson Richardson now on the inside of the 37. Can't quite make it stick. Doesn't get what he needs, and now we're still side by side for the 5th position here. Dylan Matthews move him up to the 7th. Looks on the inside of Macleod. Can he make it work? Bryson Richardson gets clear. Dylan Matthews and Ryan Macleod going to work on each other here. Can't quite make it work. We're still single file. Macleod closes the door on the 17 machine. They're going to have to go to work on each other now. A 1 second gap now for Cam Iverson, and he is in cruise control with 7 laps to go. Coming to 6 here at the line. He's pretty much got it under wraps now.
No mistakes here, no cautions, and he's going to come home with the win here tonight. The real battle here is going on for second and third. Now the battle actually is closer here for the fourth position between Richardson and Childress. Bryson Richardson trying to make it work on the 77 machine, can't quite get it done. But that's still your closest battle on track currently. Matthews and Lemke. That's going to be 6th and 7th there. Garske is in the 8th position. And McLeod's got to have to go to work on the 44 machine. Coming out of turn number 2. Almost gets into the 44. A big run on him. Going to go to the inside. Can't quite make it work on the 44. Big check up out of the 37. This is for the 8th position here. But still, Bobby Grady's kind of walking away with it now over Seth Cooper. But the real battle is going on between Childress and Richardson. Richardson has not found a way around the 77 machine quite yet. We're seeing 2 laps to go here, folks. Cam Iverson coming around to lead us to the white flag. He's got a 1.3 second lead over Bobby Grady right now. Seth Cooper in 3rd. Josh Childress in 4th. And Bryson Richardson are going to have to work on each other here. The white flag is out. We got 1 more lap to go. The battle for 4th still reigns on. Richardson looking for any way around the 77 machine. Can't quite get it done. Coming out of turn number 2. 77's loose. The 08 drives it in deep into turn number 3. Can't quite make it work on the 77. Cam Iverson's going to bring it home in first. Crosses the line. Cam Iverson wins the Kettle Kern 75 here tonight. Bobby Grady going to bring it home in second. Seth Cooper brings it home 3rd here, folks. Josh Childress brings it home 4th. Up 6 spots from his starting position. Bryson Richardson in 5th position. Another top 5 for him. Dylan Matthews brings it home 6th. Lemke's going to bring it home in the 8th position. In the 9th position here is Ryan Macleod. And Devin Matthews rounds out your top 5. We'll get a quick look here at our results. Pulled him up here. Remember, Cam Iverson, your winner tonight. Bobby Grady, we went through this 2nd. Seth Cooper is going to bring it home in 3rd. In the 4th position is Josh Childress. 5th position tonight, Bryson Richardson. Dylan Matthews in 6th. Andrew Lemke in 7th. Nate Garske in 8th position. Ryan Macleod, 9th after a great run here tonight. Unfortunate result for him. Kyle Matthews in the 10th position. And Devin Matthews in the 11th position. Not what I have on the reader here. I have Devin Matthews in 10th and Kyle Matthews in 11th. So we'll see what the discrepancy is actually after that. But that is your final results here, folks. We'll get a word here with Iverson, Grady, and Cooper here shortly. We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have Seth Cooper up here in the booth. We have our top three we're going to talk to. First, we're going to start with our third place driver here, Seth Cooper. Seth, firstly, I want to congratulate you tonight on your third place finish. Led the first 30 laps of this main event real strong. Looks like you just got out of whack there coming out of turn number 2, I thought it looked like, but unfortunately gave up the lead there to Cam Iverson. Still bringing it home third, but are you just a little bit disappointed with what could have been here tonight, or are you pretty excited with what you had here?
Yeah, I mean, the car just got crazy loose after 5-6 laps on green. So I didn't know how to drive it at first. Figured it out at the end of the night, and I'm cool with third, man. It's first top 3 in this division.
Well, you did it here tonight, Seth, and you're going to bring home extra bonus points for leading a lap. So that's going to add to the championship tally there towards your final point standings. Still a great finish here tonight, all things considered. And before I let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank here?
Just like to thank our Lord and Savior for letting us be out here.
Amen, Seth. Well, we appreciate you racing with us here tonight. We want to congratulate you on your third place finish. We'll let you celebrate here after a successful main event. Third place, Seth Cooper here tonight, folks.
Thank you.
All right. And we would be talking with Bobby Grady, but unfortunately he is not in here tonight. So we're going to miss out on Bobby, unfortunately. But right now I have your race winner pulled up, Cam Iverson. Cam, congratulations on a win. Job well done tonight.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun. Really like these cars. Starting to get a feel for them and how to save tires while going fast. So far I'm 2 for 2 with the races I showed up. Actually, no, I can't say that. I lost at Atlanta, but yeah, other than that, keeping up the top 2 streak this season, some really good points. Great racing.
Absolutely. You're doing a real good job on the points here. Full points here tonight. Taking home the pole, leading a lap, and winning the race. That's going to bring you with 54 in total. And it's only going to add to that points lead you already had over Bryson Richardson, not the night he was looking for. You gained 10 points on him, or 14 points on him tonight here. You're going to have a 25-point lead going into next week. And just right before we hit the halfway break, this is exactly what you called you were going to do, and it's coming to fruition. Do you expect to have more success here in the future? You are looking so strong already, but just curious if you can keep it up for the rest of the season. These guys are coming at you left and right.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a long season. Like you said, we're still not to the halfway point yet. We got a lot of fast cars, a lot of fast drivers. Really, anybody can win each week. So just got to make sure I don't step myself and stay consistent. And if I just do my job, then keep getting good points.
Absolutely. You're doing exactly what you need to lead and take home the championship this season. And right now, you're going to gain even more points on everybody else. So exactly what you said you were going to do. A great run here tonight for the number 10 machine. Going to burn it down. You could see there on screen, burning it down in victory lane. And before we let him go here tonight, we're going to ask him who he'd like to thank.
Yeah, I like the good Lord above let me do this. I'd like to thank my wife Cassidy for letting me sim race all the time and do stuff I enjoy. Shout out to Jordan Props and Factory Sim Racing. Been a really big help this season. I've really mentioned it much. So if anybody's interested in GT3 racing, need coaching, need any paint jobs made, please get a hold of us, Factory Sim Racing. We like to help everybody. So just thank you to him.
Well, right on, Cam. Thanks for racing with us here tonight. And we're going to let you go and celebrate before we won't hold you here too long. So Cam Iverson here tonight. Congratulations on your win. We'll let you go.
It's his birth. It's his birth.
And that's going to do it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to conclude out round number 6 of the Northwest Short Track Tour season, or excuse me, not season, race here tonight. Cam Iverson's going to bring home the win. Coming in second home was Bobby Grady in the number 1 machine. And third place, we talked to him, was Seth Cooper there in the third position. So Cam Iverson still your points leader after round number 6. Next weekend, we'll head to, Martinsville and the mini stocks here, we're going to take 50 laps around Martinsville on November 29th. That'll be the halfway point in round number 7 of our 14-race season. So 50 laps, mini stocks. Expect us here on the 29th. Again, we'll be live streaming here. You'll see all the faces, all the familiar people. Cam Iverson's going to look to make it 3 wins in a row now. He's put 2 for 2 these past 2 weekends, and no, he has not. Excuse me. Dylan Matthews won last weekend, but he's been very consistent, very strong this season, and that's why he's leading the points. We'll see who can get it done next weekend. But right now, we'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching, everybody at home. Enjoy the rest of your night. Go ahead and watch some F1. Do whatever you guys do usually. All right. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Barnes out of here.